There's lots of wacky and cool roadside attractions along Highway 192 here in Kissimmee, Florida. I've enjoyed staying along this road for several decades now with my family or just for the weekend currently as I'm visiting the theme parks. I love coming by these old establishments, especially wacky ones like this one. Welcome back, and welcome if it's your first time. I'm about to head home today. Originally, I was going to visit Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, but then I decided I wanted to get home quicker. And also, I just miss the road. I miss hitting the Florida roadside attractions and exploring the back roads of Florida. So I thought we'd do so today in this video together. How about that? Let's go have some fun. Let's hit the road, guys. Thanks for being here. There is much ahead. Welcome to the abandoned Shoney's restaurant of Highway 192. Shoney's was a popular family eatery that was booming back in the 90s. I used to eat at Shoney's back in the day with my grandfather. We'd have the Shoney's breakfast buffet. Not at this one, but back in Indiana. There will be no pancakes today. No breakfast at all. Well darn. Controls for the sign are unlocked and wide open. I doubt those switches have power though. Actually, look. The power's been cut. The sign's very cool to see. It's a giant sign too. It towers way above. Sad to see it just kind of sitting out here decaying away. But that's what you have here on 192. You have the old and the new. It's kind of a mixed scenario here. You've got old things and new things coming and going all the time. And why do I like that? I don't know. It's just something cool about it. I have begun today traveling on Interstate 4, the main interstate in between the Tampa Bay area and the Orlando area. But we're gonna get off. We're gonna duck off the interstate and see what we can find. This old oil pump signifies, memorializes, lets you know that yes, Florida had its own oil strike. Very cool to see it sitting here right next to Interstate 4. Actually, there's the exit ramp that I just got off of. Every time I pass this up, I think of the Beverly Hillbillies shooting at some food and then hit some Bubbling Cruel, some Texas tea, oil that is. Well, I guess it'd be some Florida tea in this case. So cool to see this though, so cool. You can see the Auburndale water tower behind my car there. Parked on the side of the road here, there was just enough space. Almost didn't stop because I'm sitting right here beyond, just in front of this exit. But the next stop is not too far from here. Actually, it's just around the corner down there. Gotta make a right. Holy cow! Holy Cow Road. I like that name. At the end of Holy Cow Road is where our next destination is. Well, doesn't this place look like a boatload of fun? Whoa. Sitting right along Interstate 4, you've probably passed it yourself, is the Water Ski Museum. The Water Ski Museum. Pretty cool, huh? Welcome to the Action Water Sports Center. Sorry I'm screaming, it's just so loud, so many cars going back and forth between Orlando and Tampa. But this, inside, if it were open, is the Water Ski Museum, and hopefully I'll be able to come back someday and take a look inside. Too bad it's not open today. If anyone's in the market for a Barletta pontoon boat, they got plenty of them out here in front of the old Water Ski Museum. It's starting to rain too, I better get out of here before I actually need a boat. And just behind that complex sits a water ski course. It looks to be a water ski course. Check out the boathouse and that giant ramp there. At 1504 557 Alpha Highway. How about that for a mouthful? But on that highway sits here what looks to be an old citrus factory. From this angle, that building really shows its age. I'm standing now beneath the water tower with a giant orange on it. We now know that Orlampa has oil and they have citrus. or had citrus at some point. Will you look at that sky? That looks wicked. I better get going. It looks like it's following me west. Oh no, there's still much ahead, my friends. Gotta keep moving fast. Less than a mile away from that tower is another tower coming up on the right over here. That one's painted a little differently though. That orange and white checkered water tower sits among an old airbase, which is now known as Fantasy of Flight. This old airbase is a world-renowned vintage aircraft museum, Fantasy of Flight. Check out the old hangar and those planes. And this sits upon the driveway up to the roadside attraction, which currently is closed. Shooting through the chain link fence, you can make out the entryway to Fantasy of Flight. Right there's the main doors. Not too busy today. No one on property. Across the road, it looks like it used to be a part of the old airbase. Some old buildings out there, and to the left out there, some old relics. Check it out. I'm zoomed in as far as possible, as much as possible. The shells of some old planes. They look vintage too. Maybe World War II, 50s, 60s, I don't know. Comment below if you've ever been to Fantasy of Flight and possibly may know what these are. First time I've been this close to Fantasy of Flight. I've passed it a numerous amount of times going back and forth from Orlando to Tampa for several decades. Had no idea how cool this was, and I'm not even inside. Don't even have the capability to go inside, but I know I want to check it out one day. So as I was passing Fantasy Flight on I-4, it sits right up against I-4, I saw the sign that flashed before my eyes, and it said Fantasy of Flight is reopening November 6th. So there you go, right after Halloween. The rain's finally caught up to us in downtown Lakeland, Florida. I wanted to come downtown, check something out. The marquee is lit up and it looks like Clint Eastwood's $1 Million Baby is playing tonight at the historic Polk Theatre. The old Polk Theatre sits on the corner of Florida and Lemon Street and takes up almost a half a city block, and the theater holds 1,400 people. There are 1,400 seats inside. And here's a photo from the 1940s of the Polk Theatre. Those soldiers are about to enter to see a movie, and that would have been taken from about that angle right there. Look at that. Not much has changed. Even that building was there back in the 40s. The old Polk Theatre. Always love matching up old photographs. This was a cool one I saw online. Check out the old car there. Right there today. The Polk Theatre is listed among the National Register of Historical Places by the United States Department of the Interior. Looks like Lakeland has its own Hollywood Walk of Fame, or Lakeland Walk of Fame. There's some stars out here in front of the entrance of the theater. They look like donators, possibly patrons of the theater, keeping the magic of the movies alive. I sure do love that. I love the movies. The ticket booth and the entryway reminds me of the Tampa theaters. Very Art Deco, and built about the same time. The Tampa Theater built in 1926. This one opened in 1928. I look forward to coming back here sometime and watching a classic movie. I love the movies. I was about to cross the street and head to my car when I saw this mural on the side of this building. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Those are some cool horses. It looks like they're having a good time. Sitting off this exit at Branch Forbes Road in Plant City is this old gift shop shaped like a boat. If you can make out the portholes, the railing, and even that sign on top. What used to be a sign was kind of like a sail, but this was some sort of old gift shop that has been sitting here for many years abandoned. I always pass it by on Interstate 4, and A boat comes to mind right away. It looks almost like an old steamboat, and this would be the bow. So across the street from this Citgo is a Marathon gas station, and behind that Marathon gas station is where that old abandoned gift shop was. I am currently standing at the rear of Citgo, in front of the huge Dinosaur World sign, and that T-Rex. Dinosaur World! Plant City's premier attraction. We've been in there a couple times. You can actually check out one of my videos. My most recent one was upon its reopening back in, I'd say back in June now. It was one of the first, if not the first theme park to reopen in Florida. It's always so good to see you, my friend. This giant T-Rex. And there's also another giant T-Rex just down the road there along the entryway to I-4. The park sits right behind this wall. And again, we've been in there several times. If you want to check out the inside of Dinosaur World, I'll put a link up in the corner or at the end of the video. Actually, I'll do you a favor. I'll put it down below the subscribe button in the description below, the link to my last Dinosaur World video. Correction, sorry. And still here, almost 3 years later, behind the Citgo, I placed this sticker the first time I ever shot that T-Rex on camera on my way to meet Boston Jay, Explorin' Ryan, and Greg's Game Room, Greg's Adventures by George that time. But I stuck that sticker right there on that day, almost 3 years ago. Sticker designed and given to me by the Time Chaser family. Although someone took a chunk out of me, look at that, ouch! Still got my old glasses there, my old white glasses, and my original Tampa Bay hat. Well, my friends, now entering Tampa. Just north of downtown Tampa on Franklin Street is a historical neighborhood called Tampa Heights. And it is the artwork of Tampa Heights that brought me here. I want to check out some murals painted on some of these buildings over here. We'll start with the artwork just behind me. Check out that wizard over there on the wall. I'm just going to pan this way so you can see what's going on here. There's a cobra and a kangaroo next to each other. What's that? And look at this guy. Painted perfectly upon that entryway of the door. And here, this looks like some sort of a frog. Look at that. And if you want to take a tour of the historical Rialto Theater, well, I've been there before on this channel. Made a video inside there a couple years back. You can also find that on my video list on my YouTube channel. The Tampa Heights neighborhood is known for its yellow brick buildings. This is Yellow Brick Row, which brings us to our next mural. Yellow Brick Row, or Yellow Brick Road, as sung in the 1939 classic movie. And it looks like the lion there is holding a coffee. Dorothy holding some sort of art utensil, looks like a chisel, and good old Toto there in the middle beneath the scarecrow, and the Tin Man looks like he's holding a spatula. I think they're kind of saluting the arts down here. It's kind of an artsy neighborhood. You may remember this wizard a few moments ago. Well, he's actually waving us on to another entire wall of graffiti. Check that out, that is pretty awesome. And on the other side of that first building that we saw is this guy. He's pretty famous. I've seen him all over the Instagram with this giant alligator with that blue bird on top. Stretches almost the entire length of this building. As I was doing that last shot, I could smell something very good behind me, and that's the Taco Bell taco truck there. Oh man, those smell good. Almost backed up and tripped over these bicycles. These are the Coast bikes that can be rented around Tampa, all the way up here at Tampa Heights, and you can rent them all the way out there in historic Ybor City. And behind the same building I've been showing the whole time, at the end of the alligator, is this mural and memorial to Kobe and Gianna Bryant, who was tragically killed earlier this year. Man, that was a sad day. I was always a big fan of Kobe Bryant. This is remarkably done. Such a beautiful job. Shout out to the artist. Notice how the halo above Gianna's head is a basketball hoop. And I want to give a shout out to the artist right there. Check him out. Take a screenshot, it'll last longer. Bella! Daddy's home. Look at her. She's so excited. I just got home, guys. You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? Yeah, she's jumping because she knows. She knows where we're going. Welcome back to the top of old Tampa Bay. Or welcome if it's your first time. It's good to see Bella. Bella stays with my parents while I'm out traveling and making videos. She's always in good care. I always miss her though. I'm lucky to have such great and wonderful parents who help out and want to take care of her. I hope everyone enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a favor. Give it a thumbs up down there on my YouTube channel page right below the video. There's one of these, and there's also, if you haven't clicked it, there's also a subscribe button and a notification bell. You hit those, you will never miss an episode here on the Tampa J channel, and I appreciate all those who watch every single episode. Thank you so much. Even if you miss a couple here and there, I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. I do this because I love it. I love making videos. I love getting out on the weekends and seeing what I can find. And you coming along with me means the most to me. Thank you so much. I'm going to end this video. Me and Bella are going to have a good time hanging out. Take a long walk before the rains come. It looks like the bad weather caught up with me here on the old Tampa Bay. It's good to be back. See you guys. See you next time. Just know, even though this is the end of the video, it's not the end of this journey. There's much ahead. Meaning, I'll see you next time. All right, I'm coming. I told him goodbye, but let's walk up. Let's go back home. Let's take a further walk, Bella. Good girl. Such a good girl. Okay, let's hit it. You first. You first. Okay, she wants me to come. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.